Welcome to Tungal Online Classes. Today we are going to discuss the remaining numerical. In the last class we completed the numerical number up to 50. Now, in the impulse 51, 52, 53 will be the theory bits. You try. Next, see the problem number 54. 54. A small sphere of mass 2 kg is moving with the initial velocity of 4I minus 7 j cap, and it is colliding with a small wall and returns with a velocity of v bar is equal to minus I cap plus 3 j cap. Find the magnitude of the impulse received by the ball. So here what they mentioned, problem number 54, the mass of the given ball is equal to 2 kg and this ball will be traveling towards a wall with initial velocity u bar and it is rebounding with the velocity of v bar. So what they mentioned, they consider one object whose mass is equal to 2 kg and it is traveling towards the vertical wall with the initial velocity of u bar and it is returning with the velocity of v bar. So they are asking what impulse, what is the meaning of the impulse? Impulse is equal to change in momentum. Impulse is equal to what? Change in momentum. So that is equal to what? M into v bar minus u bar. So here what is the m value they given to, and v bar is equal to they given as minus I cap plus 3 j cap, minus I cap plus 3 j cap minus of u bar is equal to 4I minus 7j. 4I minus 7j. So this is the representation of the impulse. Now we will simplify. 2 into, this is a minus I cap, again minus 4I. So its value is equal to what? Minus 5I cap. Again here it is a plus 3j cap, minus of minus plus. So that is a what? 10j cap. 10j cap. If you simplify this value, you will be get what? Minus 1 minus 4 minus 5 plus 3 minus of minus 7. So that value is equal to what? Plus 10j cap. Already here 2 will be there. So that impulse vector is equal to minus 10I cap plus 2 tens are 20 into j cap. This is the vector representation. But what value they are asking? They are asking the magnitude of the impulse. To find the magnitude of the impulse, modulus of j bar is equal to, here I multiple value minus 10 whole square plus j multiple value 20 whole square. So if you simplify, this value is equal to 100, this value is equal to what? 400. You will get 10 root 5. So the required answer is equal to what? 10 root 5. So this is the problem number 54. Next, problem number 55. A ball of mass m is thrown at an angle is a theta with the horizontal with an initial velocity u. The change in momentum during its flight in a time interval of t seconds is. So this application is related to the projectile motion. So here we consider the projectile motion. In this projectile motion, a body will be thrown with initial velocity u, which is making an angle theta with respect to the horizontal. So what value they are asking? They are asking the change in momentum value after t seconds. Change in momentum value after t seconds. To calculate the change in momentum value, you have to know the initial velocity vector, you have to know the final velocity vector. So here, if you resolve the velocity vector into the components, its component is equal to u cos theta and the vertical component is equal to what? U sin theta. So that initial velocity vector u bar is equal to u cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into j cap. So this is the initial velocity vector. Now we have to calculate the final velocity vector. Already we told, in the case of the projectile motion, the horizontal component of velocity does not be changes. If you write the final velocity vector as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap, if you write the final velocity vector as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap, the Vx value is equal to u cos theta, Vx value is equal to what? U cos theta, and Vy value becomes to what? u sin theta minus gt. Vy value is equal to what? U sin theta minus gt. So this is the final velocity of the projectile along the y axis after t seconds. Now we have to calculate the change in momentum value. So how can we calculate the change in momentum value? Delta p bar is equal to m into v bar minus u bar. M into v bar minus here. Change in momentum value is equal to what? M into v bar minus u bar. Now we will substitute these values and we will simplify. We will get the required answer. So here m into, what is the v bar value? Vxi cap plus vy j cap. Vx value is equal to what? U cos theta into I cap, and the vy value is equal to what? U sin theta minus gt into j cap minus, and u bar value is equal to what? U cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into j cap. If you simplify, this cos terms and this sin terms will be getting cancelled. So finally you will get minus m into gt into j cap, minus m into gt into j cap. So what value they ask? They are asking the magnitude only, so that modulus of delta p bar is equal to, you will get modulus of delta p bar is equal to, you will get m into g into t. This is a vector representation, this is a magnitude only. That is about the numerical number 55. Next, now see the problem number 56. In the problem number 56, a body of mass 2 kg has initial speed of 5 meter per second. So what are the values they mentioned? They mentioned the mass of the given object is equal to 2 kg and initial velocity value is equal to what? 4 meter per second. Mass of the given object is given by 2 kg and initial speed is equal to what? 5 meter per second. Initial speed is equal to what? 5 meter per second. A force is acting on it for 4 seconds in the direction of the motion. A force is acting on the particle up to what time? 4 seconds in the direction of the motion. The force time graph is shown in the figure. They are asking the final speed of the body. Final speed of the body. So here, whenever the force time graph is given, what value we will get from this? We will get impulse from the force and time graph. So here, the area of force time graph is equal to the area of the force time graph is equal to what? Impulse, and whose value is equal to change in momentum. So the area of the force time graph is giving what value? Impulse, which is equal to what? Change in momentum value. First we will calculate the area of the ft graph. If you see here 4 different parts are there. 4 different parts are there. We will calculate area of each and every part and then we will be add together. So you will get total area of the ft graph. So first one, we will calculate the area of the first part. So this shape will be in the form of a right angle triangle, so that area of the right angle triangle is equal to what? Half into base into height, half into base into height. If you simplify that value, so here, what is the base value here? Half into base value is equal to 2 and height value is equal to what? 4. So if you simplify, the area of the first part A1 value is equal to, the area of the first part A1 value is equal to what? 4. Next, we will calculate the area of the second portion. It is in the form of a rectangle. For the rectangle, area value is equal to length into breadth. So here the length value will be again 4 and the breadth value is equal to this value. That value is nothing but 2. So that area of the second part is equal to 4 into 2. That value is equal to what? 8. Area of the second part is equal to what? 8. Next, area of the third part. If you see here, this area of the third portion will be again divided into 2 portions. So one is rectangle, another one is a what? Triangle. So here area of the third portion is equal to, first we will write area of the rectangle. For the area of the rectangle, area formula is equal to length into breadth. Length value is equal to what? 2.5. length value is equal to 2.5 and the breadth value is equal to 0.5. Breadth value is equal to what? 0.5. If you simplify that value, you will get that value is equal to 1.25. 1.25. Next, area of the triangular portion is equal to, area of the triangular portion is equal to, here how can we calculate? Half into base into height. Half into, what is the base value here? 0.5. Again, what is the height of this portion? Height of this portion is equal to 1.5. Height of that portion is equal to what? 1.5. So this value is equal to what? 1.5. If you simplify, that value is equal to 0.375. 0.375. If you add these two values, you will get area of the third portion is equal to 1.625. 1.625. So this is the total area of this portion. Similarly, we will calculate the area of the fourth part. Area of the fourth part. Again, see here, the fourth portion will be in the form of a rectangle. Fourth portion will be in the form of a rectangle. So its breadth value is equal to 2. Height value is equal to what? 2.5. So A4 value is equal to 2 into 2.5, total value is equal to what? 5. Total value is equal to what? 5. So like this, we have to calculate the area of each and every portion. Now we are going to calculate the final velocity. I will write the total area value. Total area value is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. So A1 value will be is equal to 4, A2 value will be 8 and A3 value is equal to 1.625 and A4 value is equal to 5. So the total area value is equal to what? 18.625. The total area bounded by the force time graph is equal to what? 18.625. Now, according to that formula, total area is equal to m into v minus u. M into v minus u. What is the total area value? 18.625 and the mass of the given object is equal to 2 kg and we are going to calculate the value of v and u value is equal to 5. U value is equal to what? 5. If you simplify this equation, you will get the final velocity value is equal to 14.31 meter per second. 14.31 meter per second. So that whenever the force time graph is a k value, we have to calculate first. We have to calculate total area bounded by the graph. Total area bounded by the graph is equal to simply that value will be is equal to change in momentum. So this is the method to calculating the impulse numericals. Numerical number 57. In the numerical number 57, again the force time graph is given. Again they are asking that find the change in a linear momentum between 0 to 6 seconds. So again, what value they are asking? Change in momentum value between 0 to 6 seconds. 0 to 6 seconds. Again, already we told in the previous numerical, change in momentum value is equal to what? It is nothing but the area bounded by the force time graph. Area bounded by the force time graph. So here, whenever the area will be represented above the x-axis and below the x-axis, whatever the area you will be get above the x-axis, that area will be taken as the positive value. The area which is bounded by the curve above the x-axis will be taken as a what? Positive. The area which is bounded by the graph below the x-axis will be taken as a negative. So what we are keep in mind, the area you got above the x-axis value will be taken as a positive. The area below the x-axis will be considered as a negative value. See here, I am assuming that this area value will be is equal to A1. This area value will be is equal to what? A2. So here, first I will calculate the area value A1 which is above the positive x-axis. So area is equal to what? So length into breadth, it is in the form of a rectangle. So that what is the length value here? 2 to 6. So the value is equal to what? 4. So that 4 into, what is the width value? 1. So 4 into 1, this area value is equal to plus 4. So the area which is present above the x-axis is equal to plus 4. Next, the area which is present below the x-axis. So here it is a form of a square. So the side length value as well as the breadth length value will be remain same, so that its area value is equal to 2 into 2 again. So this area value is equal to what? 4. Because it is below the x-axis, so its area value is equal to what? Minus 4. So therefore total area is equal to what? 0. If a total area value is equal to 0, the change in momentum of the particle is also 0 in between 0 to 6 seconds. So that by calculating the total area value, you will set the value of change in momentum. So that is about the numerical number 57. Next, problem number 58, important one. 58. See here. Object of mass 3 kg is at rest. So what they mentioned here, one object is mentioned whose mass is equal to 3 kg, and what is the initial state of the object means the object will be initially in the state of the rest. Now a force of F is equal to 60 square I plus 2t j cap is applied on the object. Find the velocity of the object at a t is equal to 3 seconds. At a t is equal to what? T seconds. Here the time intervals will be taken from t1 is equal to 0 to t2 is equal to 3 seconds. Why? Initially the object will be in the state of the rest, so that initial time will be taken as 0 seconds. They are asking the velocity after 3 seconds. So the final time interval will be is equal to what? 3 seconds. Already we told in the case of the variable force, impulse is equal to integral t1 to t2 f of t dt. Integral t1 to t2 f of t dt. Here the force will be represented in the vector notation, so that j is equal to integral 0 to 3, and what is the f of t here? They given by 6t square I cap plus 2t j cap. 6t square I cap plus 2t j cap into dt. So here we have to do the integration separately, so that integral 0 to 3 6t square I cap into dt plus integral 0 to 3 2t j cap into dt. See here, 6 is a constant. Integral of t square, integral of x power n is equal to integral of x power n into dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Integral of x power n into dx is equal to what? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So here t square will be there. So its integration value is equal to t square plus 1 by 2 plus 1 into I cap plus 2 into, here t power 1 will be there, t power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 into j cap. So we have to apply the limits from 0 to 3. So here this value is 3 2s are, so this value is equal to 2t cube limits from 0 to 3 I cap plus, here 2 will be getting cancelled, t square limits from 0 to 3. So first we have to apply the upper limit, and then we have to apply the, say here 2 into in the place of t what we have to write? 3, that is 3 cube into I cap plus, in the place of t again we have to write 3 square into j cap, 3 square into j cap. So I will take a 3 will be the common. So here 3 square will be there, 9 2s are 18 I cap plus. So 1 3 will be taken as a common, so that here what will be left? 3 j cap. So 3 j cap. This value is equal to what? Impulse. That value is equal to what? Impulse. But what value they are asking? That find the velocity of the object. Find the velocity. So here impulse is equal to change in momentum. That value is equal to 3 into 18 I cap plus 3 j cap. So here the mass value is equal to 3 and initial velocity is equal to 0. So this value becomes to what? 3 into v is equal to 3 into 18 I cap plus 3 j cap. 3 will be getting cancelled. V is equal to 18 I cap plus 3 j cap. So this is the final required answer. That value is equal to V is equal to 18 I cap plus 3 j cap. That is about the numerical number 50. Next, numerical number 59. An impulse capital I is given to the body changes its velocity from v1 to v2. So we supplied some impulse to the given body. As a result, its velocity will be changes from v1 to v2. The increase in the kinetic energy of the body will be given by, so here in the numerical number 59 they are saying that when we supply the impulse I to the given body, its velocity value will be changes from v1 to v2. So impulse will be causes what? A change in momentum. So that I am assuming the mass of the body is equal to m. So according to the basic formula of the impulse, I will write impulse I is equal to m into v1 minus v2. Impulse I is equal to what? M into v1 minus v2. Now whenever the velocity value will be changes, automatically the kinetic energy is also changes. They are asking that the increase in the kinetic energy of the body, increase in the kinetic energy of the body, so that delta Ke is equal to, delta Ke is equal to, so here impulse we have to write final momentum minus initial momentum. Impulse is equal to what? Final momentum minus initial momentum. So change in kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, that value is equal to half into m into v2 square minus v1 square, v2 square minus v1 square. So it is in the form of the a square minus b square. It can be written as a plus b into a minus b, so that its value can be written as half into m into v2 plus v1 into v2 minus v1. So let it be equation number 2. So this value is equal to what? A change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy. So equation 2 by 1. Equation 2 by 1. So what is the equation 2? Change in kinetic energy. Equation 1 is equal to impulse, and here m into v2 minus v1 will be there. Here also m into v2 minus v1 will be there. These two terms will be getting cancelled, so that the final value left is v1 plus v2 by 2. v1 plus v2 by 2. So they are asking the change in kinetic energy value only, so that the change in kinetic energy value is equal to I into v1 plus v2 by 2. So this is a required answer for us. So change in kinetic energy value is equal to what? I into v1 plus v2 by 2. So that is the required answer. Option number 2 is the correct. Option number 2 is the correct. Important one, problem number 60. A particle of mass m initially at rest, so mass will be given by m, initial velocity is equal to what? 0. Initially an object will be in the state of the rest, so which is acted upon by a variable force of capital F for a brief time interval of capital T. So what is the initial state of the object? The object will be in the state of the rest. Over that stationary object, an external force of F will be acted for a time interval of capital T seconds. For a time interval of capital T seconds. So whenever the external force is acting on the object, as a result, impulse will be acted. As a result, a change in momentum will be takes place. So that what value they are asking? If it begins to move with a velocity u after the force stops acting. So whenever the force will be stops, whenever the force F will be stops, so the final velocity will be acquired by the object is represented as u. So whenever the applied force will be removed at that instant, what is the velocity of the object? According to the problem, they will be mentioned as u. So initial velocity will be considered as 0, final velocity is equal to u according to the given problem. Now, if f is shown in the graph as a function of the time, the curve is a semicircle, then, so they are asking the final velocity value. They are asking what? Final velocity value. Already we know that impulse J is equal to area of force time graph, area of the force time graph. So here the graph is in the form of a semicircle. The graph is in the form of a semicircle. In generally, we will get an idea that it is in the form of a semicircle, so that we will write its area is equal to pi r square by 2. Pi r square by 2. Why? The area of the full circle is equal to pi r square. Semicircle area is equal to pi r square by 2. When you write the pi r square, so whenever the physical quantities along both sides along the y-axis as well as along the x-axis will be remain same, you write the formula of pi r square by 2. But here along the x-axis one physical quantity will be represented, along the y-axis another physical quantity will be represented. At that time the area value can be written as, see here I am assuming that it is the center, let it be O dash, okay. So this radius value along the x-axis will be taken as O to O dash to A, and the radius which is taken along the y-axis will be taken as O dash to B. So that the area of the semicircle is area of semicircle. So whenever the different physical quantities are represented, so pi by 2 into the radius value along the x-axis into radius value along the y-axis. Area value is equal to what? Pi by 2 into radius value along the x-axis into radius value along the y-axis. See, from the diagram clearly we will write the radius value along the x-axis will be given by O dash to A. This total value will be is equal to t, so that this value is equal to t by 2. This value is also what? T by 2. So that the radius value along the x-axis is equal to t by 2. The radius value along the x-axis is equal to what? T by 2. And the radius value along the y-axis is equal to F naught, that is the peak value of the applied force. So that value is equal to what? F naught. Therefore pi F naught into T by 4. So this is the representation of the area of the semicircle whenever different physical quantities are taken along the x-axis as well as the y-axis. So taking of the radius is a very important, try to understood. So whenever the two different physical quantities are mentioned along the x-axis as well as along the y-axis, so the formula to calculate the area is equal to, because it is a semicircle, area of the semicircle is equal to pi r square by 2, pi by 2 into radius along the x-axis into radius along the y-axis. Then the remaining portion is a very easy. Already we know that impulse J is equal to change in momentum. Impulse J is equal to what? Change in momentum. So what is the impulse? Impulse is nothing but the area. So what is the area value? Pi F naught into T by 4, and mass is m. Final velocity they will be taken as u, and initial velocity value is equal to 0. Final velocity is equal to u, initial velocity is equal to what? 0. Therefore pi F naught into T by 4 is equal to mu. Therefore the required answer is u is equal to pi F naught into T by 4m. Hence the third option is the correct answer. Very important problem, standard problem. One more important problem, problem number 61. A ball of mass 0.2 kg strikes an obstacle and it is moving at 60 degrees to the horizontal direction. If the speed also changes from 20 meter per second to 10 meter per second, the magnitude of the impulse received by the ball. So that here they mentioned a ball whose mass is equal to what? 0.2 kg. The mass of the given ball is equal to what? 0.2 kg. And it is traveling with some initial velocity. They mentioned the initial velocity of the ball is equal to 20 meter per second, and this ball will be striking the obstacle. After striking the obstacle, they mentioned that it is moving by making an angle 60 degrees with respect to the original direction. So here I am assuming that the object will be traveling along the horizontal direction after striking the obstacle by making an angle of 60 degrees with respect to its original direction, it is moving with some final velocity. That final velocity they will be mentioned as v is equal to 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. Like that we have to imagine and we have to draw the corresponding diagram. So when you know the initial velocity as well as the final velocity, they are asking what? The impulse received by the ball from the obstacle. So here I will resolve the velocity into the components. This is the final velocity which is making an angle of 60 degrees with respect to the horizontal. So that its the component of the velocity is equal to what? V cos 60, and in this direction the component of the velocity is equal to what? V sin 60. So I want to calculate the change in momentum value along the x-axis as well as along the y-axis separately, so that the change in momentum value along the x-axis, the change in momentum value along the x-axis will be given by final momentum along the x-axis minus initial momentum along the x-axis. Final momentum along the x-axis minus initial momentum along the x-axis. What is the final momentum along the x-axis? Mass is equal to m. Velocity value is equal to component of the velocity, that is nothing but v cos 60 minus initial velocity along the x-axis is equal to what? mu. So we will simplify this value. M is equal to what? 0.2, that will be the common. So what is the v value here? V value is equal to 10. Cos 60 is equal to what? Cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2 minus u value is equal to 20. So 0.2 into, so this value will be 5 and this value is equal to what? Minus 15. So 15 2s are 30, that value is equal to minus 3 I cap. Change in momentum value along the x-axis is equal to what? Minus 3 into I cap. Similarly, I want to calculate the change in momentum value along the y-axis. So final momentum along the y-axis minus initial momentum along the y-axis. Final momentum along the y-axis minus initial momentum along the y-axis. So what is the final velocity along the y-axis? V into sin 60. So that final momentum along the y-axis is equal to what? mv sin 60 minus initial momentum along the y-axis is equal to what? 0, since the initial motion will be along the x-axis. So that if you simplify, mass is equal to 0.2, this value is equal to 10 and this value is equal to root 3 by 2. So this value is equal to 2 into root 3 by 2, 2 will be getting cancelled. So this value is equal to what? Root 3 j cap. Now the total change in momentum value is equal to change in momentum value along the x-axis plus change in momentum value along the y-axis. So what is the change in momentum value along the x-axis? Minus 3i plus root 3 j cap. It is a vector representation. To find the change in momentum value, we have to do the modulus, so that minus 3 whole square plus root 3 whole square. If you simplify this value, you will get 2 root 3 newtons. 2 root 3 Newton second. So this is a way to calculate the change in momentum for the numerical number 61. In the numerical number 67, they mentioned that the system shown in the figure and m1 is greater than m2. m1 mass is greater than m2. m1 is greater than m2. And they mentioned the condition. The system is held at rest by the thread BC. So here, with the help of the thread B to C, we keep the system in the state of the rest. So before going to solve these numericals, once we recall the Newton first law or the concept of the inertia. What is the concept of the inertia? The body which is initially in the state of the rest, will tries to be in the state of the rest until and unless an external force will be acting. So that due to the property of the inertia, the body which is in the state of the rest will be tries to be in the state of the rest. Whatever the body will be in the uniform motion, it will tries to be in the state of the uniform motion due to the property of the inertia. So according to the given problem, they mentioned that just after the thread BC is burnt. So, whatever the thread we have the BC, we are burning the thread BC. So, when the thread will be burnt, so this system will be released, So, what they are asking that, just after the thread BC is burnt, So, they given 4 different options, they are saying which option is the correct. So, the correct option is a what? First option, the acceleration of mass m1 will be equal to 0. Why the acceleration of the mass m1 will be is equal to 0? Since before we are burning the thread, the state of the mass m1 is also at rest. Due to the property of the inertia, just after burning the thread, this point is very important. After certain time interval, both the blocks will be coming into the motion. But they mentioned the condition just after burning the thread. So, after burning the thread, due to the property of the inertia, the mass m1 will be in the state of the rest. So that the acceleration of the mass m1 is also equal to rest, is also equal to what? 0 after burning of the thread. So this is the problem number 67. Now 68, 69, 70 are also problem number 71. See here. 3 masses of 15 kg, 10 kg and 5 kg are suspended vertically as shown in the figure. See here. This is a rigid support with the help of the different strings. 3 different blocks are suspended vertically as shown in the figure. If the string which is attached to the support is breaks. So this is a string which is attached to the rigid support. So what we are saying, we are breaking the string, or we are cutting the string which is connected to the rigid support, So as a result, the system falls freely. The entire system will be falling. The entire system is falling freely. What is the meaning of freely falling? Means all the masses which are present in the system, falling downwards with an acceleration of small g. Already we know that in the case of the freely falling object, whenever the object will be dropped freely, that object will be moving in the downward direction with an acceleration of small a is equal to g. So here also, whenever you cut the string which is attached to the rigid support, the entire system will be falling downwards with what acceleration? That acceleration value is equal to what? Acceleration due to gravity. That point we have to understood here. So here, if the system is falling downwards, what value they are asking? What is the tension between the 10 kg and 5 kg masses? 10 kg and 5 kg masses. So let it be the first string, second and third string, so that whatever the tension will be developed within this string will be represented as T3. So they are asking to find the value of T3. To find the value of T3, I draw the free body diagram of the 5 kg mass. So that here 5 kg mass will be considered. Its weight is equal to what? 5 into g. Acceleration due to gravity value they given by 10, so that its weight value will be taken as weight is equal to what? 15 Newton. Weight of the 5 kg object is equal to what? 15 Newton. And the upward pulling force is nothing but tension which is developed within the string, and the system is moving downwards with an acceleration a is equal to g. Means the 5 kg mass is also traveling in the downward direction with an acceleration a is equal to g, that is equal to 10 meter per second square. Now we will write, if the system is moving in the downward direction, net force is equal to what? Net force is equal to 50 Newton minus T3. 50 Newton minus T3. So what is the F net? F net is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. What is the mass value here? 5. What is the acceleration value, which is equal to acceleration due to gravity? That value is equal to 10. That is equal to 50 minus T3. So what the value you will get is T3 value is equal to 0. T3 value is equal to what? 0. So whenever the system is falling downwards freely, the tension developed between any one of the string is equal to what? 0. So this is the numerical number 71. Now we are going to solve 72. In the 72, they are asking that a 60 kg man is inside the lift, which is moving up with an acceleration of 2.45 meter per second square. The apparent percentage change in his weight is. So this is a lift application, problem number 72. So here we consider the lift case. A person will be standing inside the lift whose mass is equal to 60 kg. Whose mass is equal to what? 60 kg. And the lift will be moving in the upward direction. The lift will be moving in the upward direction with an acceleration of A is equal to 2.45 meter per second square. Already we know that whenever the lift is moving in the upward direction, apparent weight formula we derived m into g plus a. Apparent weight formula is equal to what? M into g plus a. If it is moving in the downward direction, apparent weight is equal to m into g minus a. So here the fraction or the ratio value they are asking. So apparent weight is equal to g will be taking as a common from this equation, so that its value is equal to what? Mg into 1 plus a by g. So they are asking the percentage of the apparent percentage of change in is the weight is. So we will write first W apparent by mg value is equal to 1 plus a by g. 1 plus a by g. So bring the 1 towards the left side, so that W apparent by mg minus 1 is equal to a by g. So the delta mg by mg value is equal to what? A by g. Therefore the percentage of change in apparent weight is equal to delta mg by mg into 100. That value is equal to a by g into 100. A by g into 100. So what is the a value they given? A value is equal to what? 2.45. Therefore a by g value is equal to 2.45 by 10. G value is equal to what they given here. So g value we will be take 9.8 into 100. If you simplify that value, you will get the answer is 25%. So whenever you know the fraction value, for getting the percentage, we have to subtract 1. So, and if you simplify, W apparent minus mg minus 1 is equal to delta mg by mg, that value is equal to a by g. While you are taking the percentage, multiply with the 100 on both sides. So the required answer is equal to what? 25%. 25%. Next problem, same concept, lift concept. The apparent weight of a person inside the lift is W1 when the lift is moving up, and apparent weight is equal to W2 when the lift is moving down with the same acceleration. The weight of a person when the lift is moving up with a constant speed is. So that here in the numerical number 73. So W1 is equal to what? Apparent weight of a person when the lift will be moving in the upward direction. Already we wrote the formula. Apparent weight is equal to m into g plus a whenever the lift will be moving in the upward direction. So whenever the lift will be moving in the downward direction, the apparent weight formula is equal to what? M into g minus a. So whenever the lift will be in the state of the rest, Whenever the lift will be in the state of the rest or it is moving with the constant velocity, we know that apparent weight value is equal to true weight. Apparent weight value is equal to what? True weight. Now, from equation 1 comma 2, we will add those two equations. We will add those two equations. So here GAA will be getting cancelled. Here you will get 2 into m into g. So if you add the equation 1 comma 2, left side value is equal to what? W1 plus W2. So MA term will be getting cancelled. On the right side you will get 2 into mg. But mg value is equal to what? True weight whenever the system is moving with the constant velocity. So that this value is equal to 2 into W apparent whenever the system is moving with the constant velocity. Therefore, apparent weight whenever the system is moving with the constant velocity is equal to, we will get W1 plus W2 by 2. W1 plus W2 by 2. That is a numerical number 73. Next. 74 also same concept. A person of mass 60 kg is in a lift. The change in apparent momentum of the person, when the lift is moving up with constant acceleration 2 meter per second square and it is moving downwards with the same acceleration of 2 meter per second square. Here we are added the two equations. Now we are going to subtracting the two equations. So whenever the lift is moving in the upward direction, W1 is equal to what? M into G plus E. M into G plus A. So W1 will be more. And whenever the lift will be moving in the downward direction, apparent weight value is equal to what? M into G minus A. So here the change in apparent weight is equal to, the first term value is equal to what? Mg plus Ma minus Mg minus of minus is equal to plus. So that you will get change in apparent weight is equal to what? 2 into Ma. So what the values they given? Mass is equal to 60 kg, acceleration is equal to what? 2. So that is equal to 2 into 60 into 2 Newton. So this is a change in apparent weight. Problem number 75. So they given a rope of length 10 meter. So we are assuming that it is a rope whose total length is equal to what? 10 meter. The total length of the rope is equal to what? 10 meters, and its linear density will be given by 0.5 kg per meter. Linear density. So how can we define the linear density means? So linear density is equal to dm by dx or total mass by total length. So whenever you consider the uniform rod, uniform thread, so we will define the linear density means mass per unit length will be calling as the linear density. So that I am taking the linear density is equal to dm by dx, that is equal to total mass by total length. So here if it is pulled by a force of 25 newtons over the given rope, how much pulling force we applied here? 25 newtons. The tension in the rope at a point 6 meter away from the point of application of the force. So where we are going to calculate the tension value means, so here we consider a point P. And this point P is 6 meters away. This point P is what? 6 meters away from the point of the application of the force. At the point P, I want to calculate the tension. So before going to solve this numerical, first we will calculate the total mass of the thread, and over the total mass of the thread or rope we are applying some external force, so that we have to calculate the acceleration which is produced by the applied force. So I will calculate total mass of the rope. So total mass of the rope will be assuming as capital M. So from this definition of the linear density is equal to, how can I define? Linear density is equal to either a fraction amount of the mass by fraction amount of the length, or total mass by total length. So from that equation, lambda is equal to m by L, m is equal to lambda into L. M is equal to what? Lambda into L. Total mass is equal to, what is the lambda? Linear density, linear mass density. What is the linear mass density value? 0.5 kg per meter. So lambda value is equal to 0.5 kg per meter, and total length value is equal to what? 10 meter. Length value is equal to 10. Therefore total mass is equal to what? 5 kg. Total mass is equal to what? 5 kg. I calculate the total mass value, and whenever we apply some external force over the given mass, I draw the free body diagram. Total mass is equal to 5 kg. Over this 25 Newton will be applied. So acceleration will be produced. Acceleration is equal to F by m. So F is equal to 25 and the mass is equal to 5. Acceleration value is equal to 5 meter per second square. 5 meter per second square. So that each and every part of the rope will be traveling with the same acceleration. Each and every part of the rope will be traveling with the same acceleration. To calculate the tension at the point P, for that I consider this portion of the mass only. That portion of the mass. That portion of the mass, how can be calculated? That portion of the mass I will assuming as small m. So the portion of the mass I have to assuming as small m. Small m is equal to, again, how can we calculate the mass value? Mass is equal to linear density into total length. So here the linear density value will be constant, that is 0.5, and the total length of that shaded portion is equal to what? 6 meter. So 0.5 into 6, that value is equal to what? 3 kg. The shaded portion mass is equal to what? 3 kg. Now I draw the free body diagram. Its mass is equal to 3 kg. Towards the right side 25 Newton will be applied, and the tension developed within the string will be taken as a what? T, and it is moving with the acceleration of a is equal to 5 meter per second square. Now the motion of the system is in which direction? Towards the right side direction. So I write F net is equal to 25 minus T. F net is equal to what? 25. Pulling forces are 25. Opposing force is equal to what? T. According to the Newton's second law, F net is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass value is equal to 3. Acceleration is equal to 5. 3 into 5 is equal to 25 minus T. T is equal to 25 minus 3 5s are 15. So that tension value is equal to what? 10 Newton. Tension value is equal to what? 10 Newton. Like this we have to calculate the numerical number 75. They consider the three different masses m1, m2, m3. They consider three different blocks having the masses m1, m2, m3. So here the masses are represented by m1, m2 and m3. And here the tensions are represented by T3, and this value is equal to T2. This value is equal to what? T1. So they measure the masses as m1 is equal to 10 kg, m2 is equal to what? 6 kg, and m3 is equal to 4 kg. M3 is equal to what? 4 kg, and T3 value is equal to 14 Newton. Now see the numerical number 76. In this 76 numerical, three different blocks are given, and they will be connected with the help of strings, and their masses are represented by 10 kg, 6 kg, 4 kg respectively. Here the pulling force is a what? Here T3 is nothing but what? Pulling force. That value will be is equal to what? 14 Newton. And what value they are asking? Find the value of a tension T2. Already I told, whenever the connected bodies concept is given, first you calculate acceleration of the system. Acceleration of the system. Acceleration of the system is equal to what? Net pulling force by total mass. Net pulling force by total mass. So from this diagram, what is the pulling force? T3 is the pulling force. Its mass is equal to what? 14 Newton. its value is equal to what? 14 Newton by total mass is equal to what? 10 plus 6 plus 4, that value is equal to 20. So that what is the acceleration of the system? The acceleration of the system is equal to what? 2 meter per second square. Acceleration of the system is equal to what? 2 meter per second square. If the acceleration of the system is equal to 2 meter per second square, each and every mass will be traveling with the same acceleration. Each and every mass will be traveling with the same acceleration. Now, what value I want to calculate? T2 value I want to calculate. For that, I took the free body diagram of mass m3. I took the free body diagram of mass m3. So, towards the right side direction, T3 will be acting, towards the left side T2 will be there, and its acceleration value is equal to A. Acceleration value is equal to what? A. Since the motion will be in the right side direction, so the net force value is equal to T3 minus T2. Net force value is equal to what? T3 minus T2. Net force is equal to what? Mass into acceleration. What is the mass of the third one? So its mass is equal to 4 kg. According to the Newton's second law, mass is equal to 4 kg. Acceleration value you got 2 meter per second square. Net force is equal to what? 4 into 2, and T3 value is equal to what? 40 minus T2. Therefore, T2 is equal to 40 minus 8, that is equal to 32 Newton. T2 value is equal to what? 32 Newton. Like this, we have to calculate the connected bodies. First thing what we have to do, we have to calculate the acceleration of the system. Then we have to assume all the mass are traveling with the same acceleration. So the required free body diagram we have to draw. So this is about the numerical number 76. Next, problem number 77. It is the contact force concept. Contact force constant. So horizontal force of a capital F will be pushing the 4 kg block of capital A, and which is the pushes against 2 kg block as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure. And the blocks having the acceleration of 3 meter per second square towards the right side direction. So that here we are applying some external force of a capital F. This applied force of a capital F actually pushing the block of capital A, and this block capital A will be, again pushing the block of capital B, and as a result the total system is traveling with an acceleration of 3 meter per second square towards the right side direction. Then there is no friction between the blocks and the surfaces. What is the net force? B exerts on A. What is the net force B exerts on A? So this concept is related to what? Contact forces. Once again, say here, these two blocks will be kept over the horizontal surface, and these two blocks are kept in contact. Whenever the external force is acting on the block capital A, this block capital A will be pushing the block capital B. At that instant, the capital B is also pushing the block A in the opposite direction with the same force. Such force we are calling as the contact force, or we will be calling at normal reaction. So I will change the diagram according to my requirement. See here. So this is the block of capital A. Over the block of capital A, applied force is equal to capital F. I am assuming that the block capital A will be pushing the block B with a force of some small f, simultaneously. The block B is also pushing the block A in opposite direction with the same force. Already I told, the contact forces will be existed in the form of action-reaction pair. So that F is the action here. So the force exerted by B on the A will be the reaction. So which value they are asking? They are asking this force F value is equal to what? The force F value is equal to what? So first I will draw the FBD of block B. FBD of block B. They told that both the blocks are traveling with the same acceleration. So I consider the motion of the block B. Its acceleration value is equal to 3 meter per second square and its mass value is equal to 2 kg. Mass value is equal to what? 2 kg. So whenever the object will be having some definite acceleration, over that block some force must be acting. So what is the force must be acting? Here it is nothing but contact force. So that the block B will be coming into the motion due to the contact force which is exerted by the block A. So that according to the Newton's second law, I will write force F is equal to mass of the block B into acceleration. What is the mass of the block B? 2 into acceleration value is equal to 3. So 6 Newton. So this is a required answer. So this is the force which is exerted by the block B on the block A also. So that is the required answer for the problem number 77. So the remaining numericals we will solve in the next class. Now you do one thing. Homework exercise, some numericals are given. Today you solve 1 to 20 numericals and send them to the WhatsApp group. Thank you.